Alright guys, so I'm gonna try and do a quick tutorial here. Let me erase this and show you guys how this works. This is FT8 with all the programs and stuff open. I'm using RC Forb / remote hams, whatever you want to call it. And right now we're on 6 meters, 50.313. Not sure if I'm gonna hear anybody, just because the band conditions. I'll try 50.323. And I'll also include the programs you'll need to do this. So basically, if I can get anybody to come back to me, because of the way the band's kind of acting right now, it looks like 10 or 6 might have died. So we'll switch to 323 and see if we hear anybody. And just so you know, there is audio here. It looks like 6 has died. So we'll go to 10. Turn off the amp. And signal should start coming across once you hear something like this, which there is. So once it starts receiving them, let me hit the code just to kind of get it going. There it goes. Okay, so we'll take this guy. We're going to try and call him. See if he hears me. I'm transmitting. I've got the beam pointed in that general area. We'll see if he hears me. If he does, it'll go through the next phase. There's 5 phases. 6 is if you want to call CQ. So this station might not be interested, although it doesn't say CQFD. So that means... Alright, we'll give it a couple more tries, and if nothing, I'll try calling CQ. Alright, so if I don't hear anything after 4 tries, I will stop calling, and then I'll start calling. And once that goes across, what should happen is this should update with that. Okay, he's not replying. So I'm going to find my own frequency here. Right here looks pretty satisfying. So I'm going to go there, hit that, call CQ. And then we're going to see if anybody responds to me. And this, because when I decided to do this, this could kind of be a tedious process. Because depending on what band you use, will depend on who responds. So right now, as you can see, I got somebody who responded to me. They're giving me a -3. And then it'll, as you see, go through the process by itself. If it's successful, it'll go all the way down to 7.3. And sometimes it takes multiple tries. Now with JT Sync, you see a little bit of red here and there. Now see how it just came up? He didn't give me a received, so I don't know what to put. But you want just a little bit of red on JT Sync. If it all starts turning red, you have a time sync issue. So we'll come over here. We run 10 meters. We'll log this contact. So since I don't know what he sent, because he didn't send anything, I'm going to put -1 and save it. And then hit that to confirm. And then it will automatically, let me pull everything back up here. It will automatically go back to CQ. And then the same would apply if you wanted to call somebody. You would click on theirs while they're calling CQ. If they hear you or you hear them, then it'll reply and go through the steps just like I showed you. So that's pretty much how FT8 works. It's you send a signal report, they send a signal report, or they send a signal report and you send one back. That's pretty much all it is. It walks through the steps. So I'll show you without transmitting. So I would hit enable TX. It would send to him, his call, my call. And then, yeah, so is he doing field day? Let's see. Because I don't want to send if he is. Okay, no, he's not. So I'm going to send to him if he hears me. Which he should because I'm a +4. So no, I'm sending. Which is about 57 watts. We'll round it off to 55. If he hears me, it'll go on to the next one. If not, it'll keep repeating until he either hears me or until it just doesn't pick it up. So there is that possibility that he won't hear me. But if he doesn't hear me after 4 tries, I won't continue. Just because, well, he can't hear me. And down here, it'll tell you how many contacts you've logged. Okay, so 3 times. And I still haven't heard him. And I will show you guys something in case you're like, well, there's a bunch of US stations on here. Okay, if he doesn't reply back after one more call, I'll disable TX. And I'll show you guys another feature of this program. Okay, he's not replying. So, just so you guys can get an understanding of what this sounds like, by the way. Okay, now once that goes over, everyone's replying. See how I'm just a little short? So my time is just a little bit off with JT Sync. So it's a I talk, you talk situation. They're going to send. Then when that goes across, they're done. Now the other station sends. That's how this mode works. And that's what it sounds like. So if by chance we'll go to 20 meters. And we'll listen over there. So let's say I don't want to see all these US stations, right? And let me point the beam over to where I want to hear. So let's say while I'm waiting for the beam to move, I don't want to hear all these North American stations, right? Because today's field day, blah, blah, blah. I simply select that under filtering. And then all this disappears for the most part. And then I basically just wait for the station that I would like to talk to. Select a call as I've shown, like this, Italy. Enable TX, the radio will do the rest. And then it'll send to him. And then if he hears me, yeah. So I'm not going to keep transmitting, even though I am a general class. And then if he hears me, it'll go through the steps. And keep in mind that it's better if you wait for your general class to go through when you upgrade if you use this mode. You can use this mode on 10 and 6 as I've demonstrated. Just in case any of the new amateurs are wondering, can I use FT8 as a new amateur? Yes, you can, and I will show you the frequency. 28074, 50.313, 50.323, and there's also a mode called FT4, which is going to be 28.180 and 50.318 if you guys wanted to try any of that. I'll include all this stuff right here, the software, JT Sync, and RC Forb remote hams, so that way you guys can give it a try for yourself. And TCP streamer, you might need that for certain stations. So yeah, if you guys would like to get set up with this station here, the Kilo Charlie 7 Charlie, all you have to do, and I'll demonstrate that also really quick, just so some of the new hams can understand. Let me find a random remote. Let me undo my favorites. Okay, so we'll say this station. You would connect to the station if it'll let you. Sometimes they might be having issues. So it'll say not authorized. You'll click request club permission. Most of the time it'll drop you out and disconnect you. When it says welcome to my remote using a dummy radio and a fake antenna, see, it just dropped me. That means it's not potentially a real radio. So there's that. But other than that, that's how you use RC Forb with FT8. And it just told me my rig, it needs to reconfigure, but the only reason it's saying that is because it's not hearing the radio I was connected to. So, thank you for watching. This has been KJ5DWA.